All right, let's get into it.
Okay.
Ready? Just basic questions, bro. Speak from the heart,
Yeah, man.
whatever you genuinely feel. All right, so just we'll start off by why don't you introduce yourself, name, what you're doing now, and then just give us like a 30,000 feet overview of what you were doing before, past experience, all that good stuff.
Yeah. So my name's Antonio Miranda. I live in Miami, Florida, and right now I own my own sales agency. However, before that, I was a sales rep in actually another sales agency, and I was working on there a lot and had a lot of responsibilities and just decided to do it myself. And I probably tried doing that for a year, but it was extremely difficult. And I was just burning through cash to a point where I
Right.
literally had no more cash. And when I
Right.
met you guys, I was faced with like an option where it was either go all in on this business.
Mm-hmm.
However, I had to sacrifice a Rolex that I bought with my own money when I was 19. I'm 22, by the way, or keep doing what I'm doing. And
Right.
keep in mind that I proposed this to my dad, and after I made this crucial decision, he didn't speak with me for 2 weeks.
Damn.
Yesterday, no, last week on Friday, I closed two deals and got wired like 15 grand.
Right.
At the end of the day, he sent me like a photo on my text with wine and cheese and all of this saying, "Be ready when you come home."
Let's go. Let's fucking go. So let me ask you something. You said you were trying to do this for a year by yourself. What were you struggling with the most at the time that, obviously we helped you, I'm
Yeah,
assuming, solve later on. What were you struggling with the most?
getting clients, 100%. I mean, I was doing a lot of things like outreach and cold emailing and DMing and all these things,
Right.
but I just wasn't getting much traction, or I was getting beat out by like other agencies on deals.
Right.
Yeah.
And how'd you find us?
Uh, it was an ad on Instagram, and then I gave you a follow, and then I started watching your YouTube videos, and I was like, all right, this guy knows what he's doing. So
Somewhat.
yeah, you can say that.
Now, what were your thoughts going through our process as a prospect?
Like me as a customer on your sales process.
Yeah, on our sales process, from the day you were a total stranger to now being a client that's obviously got a few sales clients, sales agency clients. What was that process?
Yeah.
From the day you ended up deciding to sell the Rolex. You were a total stranger, and then now you're at a point you're like, all right, you know what? This guy was a stranger a few, months ago, a few days ago, whatever. And now I'm gonna go sell a Rolex to work with him. What was that process? Or how did that, what were your thoughts on that?
Um, so up into ad I was reached out to. It sounded good, and I had a call with the sales guy. It wasn't. It was probably around January, and
That's when
I
you
was
first launched. We were
yeah,
testing ads at the time.
yeah. It was in January, and I spoke to someone I think named Aaron, and I was still full of myself at the time. You know, uh, high ego, let's say. And I
Right.
was
No,
like,
I'm him, Fuck that. I got a
yeah,
Rolex. I'm 19. I'm
yeah,
him.
I don't need this. So I kept on doing it myself. And when you're experiencing this, when you're doing business by yourself, it just normally gets harder and harder and harder. And you start realizing that. But when you're young into it, you have ego behind it.
Yeah.
And I saw more ads about this, and I'm like, all right, let me do another call.
Okay.
By that time, I already watched all your YouTube videos. I know everything about you. I everything, everything. So I
Right.
reached back out again. I had my setting call. I literally hopped on it. I'm like, I know this, and this about Baz. I already know all of that. Let me just. And,
You set yourself. I said I didn't have
yeah,
to do much.
no, he didn't. He's like, all right, I'll book it in. And then when
Right.
I spoke to Lewis, which was my closer, he just we just had a conversation, man. You know,
Right.
he was just telling me where I was at, how you guys could help, and he helped me make that decision because you can't make a decision like that yourself. You know,
Oh,
who else is going to tell you, brother, you're deciding between something you're going to keep on your wrist that will show, you know, people
that
you
you're successful
care
a certain
about,
status.
yeah, but
Right.
you don't actually have it,
Right.
or we can, actually make a change that will impact your actual life and the life of people around you.
Mm.
Um, and I'm like, okay, let me go speak to my father. I told it to my dad.
Yeah.
Screamed at me basically.
Was not on board.
Yeah. So I told my closer, hey, give me 2 weeks. Let things die down, and I'll make the decision. And 2 weeks passed. I made my decision in my head. I went to literally the place to sell it, and um, I got the price out of the guy. I shopped it around from like the little jewelry district, and
Yeah.
I got on the phone with Lewis immediately. He picked up. I'm like, "Hey, can we do this at 10K?" And he was like, "You selling your Rolex right now?" I'm like, "Yeah." I got you, bro. I sold it. I got wired the check. When I got home, I sent the money to Lewis, literally within an hour.
Let's fucking go. And what were your that 2 week time period that you had to contemplate all these things? That's a tough decision, man, right? Because you whatever you did was probably also a lot of struggle to get to a point where you bought a Rolex,
Yeah,
right? With your own money. What
yeah.
were your doubts and fears about this? That, obviously we all have them, especially making a decision like that within
Um,
that 2 week period after you spoke to your dad.
I didn't necessarily have doubts of the program. It was just a hard decision to make in my mind, you know? Um, More than anything, it was just a reality check for myself because there's a deeper meaning behind just the Rolex. It's like if
Right.
I sell this, then like I have nothing.
Right, right, right.
I really gave you guys the
Right.
last thing I had.
Right.
I have nothing without this. So I
Right,
had
right, right.
to I had to make that understanding in my mind that, it's as if I had $10,000 in my account and I literally just zeroed it.
Right.
So, and it was not just that, but I'm also letting go of my ego, of everything that's holding me back is kind of like how I like to think of that Rolex because that's what it came with.
Right, right, right. You had a deeper connection to it. So what made you say yes anyways? Like you had all this connection with the Rolex thing. It's that you had this baby and now you're like, fuck it, I gotta do it. Like what was that, I guess, mental trigger, if you can remember it, um, for you that was like the deciding factor.
You have to make sacrifices to where you want to be.
Right,
There's no other way to do it. And if it's a fucking watch that's
right,
stopping me from getting there, then screw that watch
right.
and
I love
let
it.
me actually do what I need to do and
Right,
put my money where my mouth is.
right. Okay. Now let's talk about, I want to get into the actual results, like
Yeah, yeah.
in the future. How
The
many
good stuff.
fucking Rolexes you're gonna be able to buy now? Where you at? Where you at now, like monetarily, system wise, operations, teams, growth?
All right, so we signed up, started ads like I'd say a month ago at like $50 a day. We tested out a few. We found a winning one probably around like 2 weeks ago. And once we knew it, it hit. Call like
That's
I
incredible.
probably had like some days I had 10 calls, honestly, with just business owners
10 calls.
answering.
And how
Yeah,
much were you spending on ads?
$50 a day.
$50 a day and 10 calls.
Yeah.
That's
And I literally had business owners hopping on the phone saying, "This is what I need." I'm like, all right, let's do it. So I signed up 3 clients last week. The only reason I'm not signing up more is because I have to onboard them. If not,
right.
you know. Um,
Right.
the first one, I just wanted to get it across my belt, so I undercharged them. Like
Yes.
you don't like,
I
I know you
remember.
don't. It was
Yes.
like 2 grand, and then the other two were like 5 and 10. So on upfront sales, I'm 17K, and
Mhm.
one of the companies they're doing 120,000 a month.
And what percentage of that you're gonna get?
20%, we don't have to do any marketing or anything. We're just setting deals. That's it. Just setting deals.
20% on one of the clients out of 120,
Yep.
about 24K from there a month.
Yep.
And what about
Uh,
the other one?
the other one,
The other one's the bigger one, the big one.
yeah. The
Yeah.
other one is a team selling um like POS systems.
Right. Merchant services.
Yeah, merchant services.
All right.
They're doing a little under 100, and we're keeping 60% of the profits, and all we have to do is set the appointments.
Let's fucking go. So let me
And
ask you this. Over the
we get
next,
wait, we get paid monthly for the next 3 years, as long as the
every deal
client
you close.
obviously, as long as the client's obviously, still
That's
using
the
the business.
fucking beautiful, the recurring part of this business model, bro.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like it's just over and over. You don't gotta start from fucking zero every month. All right,
There's
so
a
over
third
the let's say quarter
third one.
one and quarter two. Huh?
There's a third one.
Oh shit. I
Yeah,
forgot about
and
the third one.
this one's smaller, 30K a month at 25%.
What's that? 7,000, 8,000 a month, something like that.
Yeah.
75. Okay, so you got 60K, 24K, 7K between three clients. Combined by quarter one, quarter two of 2025, where should you be at? Just commissions wise. Forget the upfront shit. And imagine we're not taking any more clients. You're not going to take any more clients. You don't have to run ads or anything.
I'm not sure I've even added all of that up.
Let's do it right now.
Yeah, 7,500.
Ballpark. It could be off by, now this is a good position to be, but you could be off by 5, 10K a month, which is okay.
Looking at 24. The other one's give and take. So over 50K, around 50K
All right. 50K, that's not bad, man. And what time frame did you land these clients?
from starting the actual program or
Um,
starting
yeah,
at.
from actually starting with us, from when we built out everything, the backend systems, marketing, your creatives, VSL, all that shit, to you actually getting the wire, seeing actual cash in the bank account.
Uh, I think like a little over 2 months.
All right, so eight,
Because
between 8 to 10 weeks.
yeah, because 4 months makes it January. Next month
Yeah.
is December. This is November.
Yeah.
So
All right. Fair. How's that feel though, to be an actual agency owner?
that part's
Making
cool. But
50 fucking G's.
you know what part is actually really cool? Not worrying about money.
But
Not worrying about money.
that's fucking very cool. Yes.
Yeah, that's
Yes.
a great feeling. Like I'm finally waking up and wanting to like do shit.
Yeah. I can't wait to wake up, right? I fucking hate sleeping. I'm an
Yeah,
insomniac because I know what the life I have when I wake up. What the fuck do I want to say? I don't want to sleep.
yeah.
Now, let me ask you this. What are you, I know money's no longer an issue, but what are you able to do now that you'd say you weren't able to do before in comparison,
Yeah,
objectively speaking?
finally go back home to Brazil. A big thing for me is like eating whatever I want, wherever I want. That's just a
Right.
huge thing for me. Like
Right.
going to a restaurant, especially with a girlfriend or something,
Right.
and having to choose the cheaper option. Meanwhile,
Right.
it's like literally a $20 difference, but it stacks up when you're in that position.
Yeah.
Like
Yeah.
that sucks. I hate that. I hate that.
Yeah. That shit is the worst. Fuck that. I've
So
been there too, but it's the worst. Now it's just not, when and I'm sure you can relate to you when the bill comes, it's usually in like a bifold and not even opening it up. Just drop the card on there. Go ahead, man.
yeah,
Whatever it
or
is. Okay.
And on Yelp before actually going on the date or something, and then knowing exactly what you're gonna order because you know what
Yeah.
you
100%.
and to the point where
100%.
I'm calculating the sales tax and the service fee, like,
Yeah. That's fucking crazy. All right, so an opinionated question. In your opinion, what would you say makes this partnership program different from either other programs that are out there? I don't know if there's any, or people that you might have worked with in the past or invested into in the past.
um, I haven't invested anything else in the past, to be honest.
Okay.
Yeah.
You went from zero to fucking 100. You went to never investing to now selling a fucking Rolex to get into here.
Yeah, I just knew what I had to
Big
do.
jump.
Yeah,
Yeah.
and, your guys' process seemed tangible, laid out to where a point, the only thing I have to do is pay and then say yes and do. No guesswork or nothing, which is honestly, I think is the most difficult part of being like an entrepreneur starting your own business. It's like
Yeah.
it's not only just doing, but it's also figuring out what to do, which
Right.
I don't think people speak about too much because that's what makes a job so easy. Just sit on the desk, get a paper,
Yeah.
do what to do. But entrepreneurship isn't like that.
So,
So you guys just telling me do this, this, and that made it really simple.
So touch on that part really quick for me. Like from the day you joined to day you launched your ads, you had calls coming in. What was that like for you? Was it stressful? Was it easy? Was it like how did that what was that like for you? The entire process to again, day one to collecting cash.
Yeah, overall super easy. Signed up, got all my links. We already had the call booked by like the soonest Monday then.
Yeah.
Um, and then had calls every single day with different people that are experts in their field, ads, systems, sales. So I just hop on the call, say the problems I had, things I need to fix, things I need doing, got told what to do, and then did it. And then that's all I had to focus about. Was
Right.
told what to do and then did it. So it just makes it really easy and like I don't even have to think twice about my decisions. I just have to act upon it. So like I know sometimes people join the program and it seems like they're not doing enough, but when I joined I was like this is so simple. You're literally telling me what to do? All right, let's do it. So I had tried it.
Right.
Yeah, so I watched like all the videos and then just tried implementing everything as fast as possible. The only part that was kind of stressful is obviously when ads start running. Ads have testing periods and all of that. Um, but you guys always made sure you're going to be fine. Everybody's fine.
Right.
They do this, and I'm like that gave me a little bit of relief. And then sales came in. So yeah.
You know what's crazy? The ads thing is what scares a lot of people because people don't want to see obviously money leaving their account every single day and not money not coming back every single day. But I want to talk about your ROAS. What's your ROAS? How much money did you spend in that month for ads? And then you landed these three clients.
Um, let me check. It's 11.7x. I spent like 14.50.
1450 and you made back just in upfront fees. We're not counting the recurring ROAS,
Yep.
just
17.
upfront.
Yeah, 17. That
You
was it.
collected 17 and you put in 1400.
Yep.
And
14.50.
these same clients are going to get you to in the next quarter or so to 50 a month recurring,
Mm-hmm.
which we can't even fathom that fucking ROAS. But let me ask you last question. What would you tell someone who's watching this right now? Because I'm probably gonna end up putting this on YouTube.
Yeah.
What would you tell someone who's watching this right now, who's maybe thinking about this partnership offer, the sales agency offer?
Yeah. Stop thinking and just do. Just do it.
Nice,
Like, stop overcomplicating it or making excuses.
nice,
So I don't think
100%.
that, you know, um, I don't think that you probably have to make such a hard decision. I mean, maybe you do have to make such a hard decision like I did, but
Right.
you just got to do. Like,
Yeah.
something's holding you back from where you want to be, then just eliminate that factor. Just
Yeah.
together. You're here. You want to be here. All right. Put them together.
Right. And yeah, I tell everyone the same thing, man. Whether with us or without us, you can get to where you want to get to. You just have to figure
Awesome.
out. And you could have probably landed these clients had you gone, I don't know, another 6 months, another 12 months, another 18. We don't know. But you'd have to spend that time and the trial and error to get to that point.
Well,
So,
it's not just that, Buzz. It's like now I'm also way better at what I do, you know?
yeah, you got access to everything. Yeah.
And I feel way more comfortable doing what I do because I've done it for myself and I started implementing this stuff in like past clients.
Yeah.
So I'm able to do a much better job as well.
Yeah.
So I think that's also part of it.
That's banger, man. Dude, I appreciate this fucking call.